Court is calling 2025 CR 012760 State versus Brendan Marcus Andrew. Can I have parties announced for the record? For the state?
McBain for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Stephen Harkowitz for Brendan Andrew.
And are you Mr. Andrew?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Andrew, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're charged with continuous violence against family member. Against the family. That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. And that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. Okay, off the record, I don't see the February 2nd date on this.
It's on the last page, Your Honor. The last report is the February 2nd one.
Oh, thank you. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I would just ask the court to follow the recommendation that the state has made and grant Mr. Andrew deferred adjudication, Your Honor.
All right, what are your issues with anger?
Mine, it's gotten a lot better since the incident, but I will admit before the incident, I would just allow my emotions to get the best of me. And instead of just kind of thinking of different outlets like I do now, whether it be going on walks, going to work out, going to just kind of clear my mind, listening to music. For me, I would just allow myself to fly off the wall. I would just allow myself to just react and it was one of those act now and not really think about the repercussions later. And so due to that, I will admit that kind of undisciplined part of me ended up coming out the nights of the incident. And sadly, that's why we're here.
Are you employed?
As of this morning, no, ma'am.
Okay. You quit. Why would you call? Well, here's the thing. Your chances of buying food at Jack in the Box in San Antonio is over. So you're going to have to pick some other place. Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There should be no contact with Janelle Ota. Proof of employment within 45 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. The BIPP course. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. No residing in households with minors.
I will say I apologize. I do have a roommate and she does have a kid. She has a daughter that stays with us.
Yeah, that's not a good placement.
Yes.
And you say it's a roommate. What's your relationship?
It is. It's just a roommate type of situation.
And is she aware of your criminal history?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't understand that, but yeah, I can't allow you to reside in households with minors until you have at least taken some steps or some classes with the BIPP course.
Absolutely.
I'll consider after that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, there's to be TAP evaluation. In custody. Follow all TAP recommendations. And there's to be referral to felony drug court. Probation, is there anything else? Yes, probation.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Not at this time. One thing that I was wondering is I'm currently working towards my CDO. And so once I finish that, I know sometimes some jobs can take you out of state, some will keep you in Texas.
And so we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yes, ma'am.
And with regards to the 100 hours of community service restitution that I'm going to order, if you complete and obtain your CDL, that will satisfy that condition.
Okay.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right. Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. And there's,
Should be long.
all right, just give me a moment. If he'll have a seat, and then we'll do the victim impact.
Find you subjects.
Correct?
We're talking about in custody.
Yes.
Just
Counsel.
jail sanction bill, just.
And he's going to be in custody.
No, I mean, you don't want a jail sanction.
No,
Just
he's
in custody.
doing the top evaluation in custody. All right, so stop the presses. We're taking our recess. Happening. My name is Stephanie Boyd. I'm a country girl from Shreveport, Louisiana. I have a degree in political science from LSU and a master's degree from LSU, and I came here to go to law school. And when I first came to San Antonio, my younger brother was about 16. My older brother was in the military, so my mom takes me. She's like, we're gonna go to St. Mary's, let's see what this university is about. So we're driving down, and it's a long, long drive. And we take the worst route we could possibly take. We go through Houston. Now when I go home, I take a different route. But we finally make it to San Antonio, and we're trying to find St. Mary's University, and we cannot find it. And so we come past streets, and then you'd see, you're on the freeway, it's like, you are now leaving San Antonio. We'd be like, quick, get off the freeway, we're leaving San Antonio. Now I realize we were not leaving San Antonio. And how we actually found St. Mary's University, my brother said, Mom, trust me, let me drive. This is a 16-year-old who just got us like, trust me, let me drive. So he takes the paper map, because there was not GPS. And so he looks at it, he's like, okay, takes the wheel, and he gets us there in like 5 minutes. So my mom met people at St. Mary's, and she said, this is a big city, but it has a small town feel, and I think I can trust the people of San Antonio with my only girl. So that's how I ended up here. And then immediately I ended up taking the bar in February, passed the bar, and I started practicing. I hung up my shingle. I said, I'm an attorney. Yes, I'm going to do defense work, because that's what I always wanted to do. So I started defense work in 1997, tried many a case, learned a lot. And then I had sort of like my midlife change, where I'm like, instead of buying a fancy car, I decided to go work for the DA's office. So in the district attorney's office, I handle special crimes. That's any case that's involving crimes against children, physical abuse, sexual abuse. I also handle all the domestic violence cases that come to felony court. The court I'm writing for is the 187th District Court. It handles your high-level felonies all the way from capital murder cases where you get the death penalty all the way down to your low-level drug cases. When I was a defense attorney, not only did I do criminal work, I did a lot of work involving child protective services. So I represented children, I represented parents, I represented fathers. I also was appointed to look out for the best interests of children by different judges when other cases would come up. What I've noticed about San Antonio is that we have certain issues. We have certain problems. We have drug problems. Drug problems cause us to have child problems. In my career, I was the originating attorney for felony drug court. So I got a chance to look at things and see what worked, what didn't work. Cannot be in polite society. I recognize that, I know that, because of the work that I do. So I ask for your support.
If anybody has an event, a meet and greet, as I always tell everybody, if people are going to meet at the mailbox to open an envelope, I will be there and say, I'm here to watch you open this envelope. So, if you have a church, I will come to your church. I know there are rules against speaking in church and what they can do, but if you just want me to, people at church to meet me, I'm willing to do that. I'm a hard worker, 24/7, that's me, and I firmly believe that there should be justice for all. Thank you so much.
Andrew, is that the last case we have? All right, guys. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I'll see you guys in the new year.